Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Panzer Corps, where we last left off, very long ago, I might add, and I do apologize for that. But we were in the middle of taking on, basically, Ukraine. We've got Kiev secured somewhere over here, right? Or somewhere up here. Yeah, there we go. Kiev secured. We got some cities in the north. We're working our way down into the middle, and we're working our way across and into the middle. Things are looking pretty good. I do notice one thing I forgot to do last time. And I'm glad I noticed that, because that was a fairly good maneuver to pull on those annoying things. That's the best I got. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Undo, and we'll leave you. Because we need to resupply, so even if I put you in a position to support, you won't be supporting. And I think that is basically it. We could use some artillery over there. Had no idea. Where's my Air Force at? We got a Stuka there. We got our fighters there. Things are looking good along this location. Yeah, as good as they can be. And those two guys ain't moving? Perfect. Next turn. An attack +1, I do like that. I'm going to have to move them out of the way, though. They have taken quite an awful lot of damage. Let's get you guys moved. And, I guess, really, this is the limiting factor, but it's better to hit the city. It's always better to hit the city. We don't need you there. Because we can do that. And then we can do this. And then, can those guys, we can do that. And this. And those conscripts, no longer an issue. Resupply you guys, and get the tanks moving. Down this way, let's get some visuals up. Don't really like that. But what I do like is being able to do this. Oh. Well, if that tank could fire, I would like to be able to do that. Just realized I may have been sitting relatively far back from my microphone. Apologies. It's the joys of having a chair on wheels on hardwood floor. You just slide everywhere. Let's see what we gonna do. That's probably in range of the anti-aircraft, unless... Let's use this guy to test a theory out. I think I'll be okay as long as I keep to the south. And indeed, I was correct. Look at that. Let's go ahead and surround this city. And finish off these guys. And get you to replace some of them losses. Get you guys to finish up your duties there. And we'll just let you hang out for a moment. I could push them into contact with these guys. But because the rest of my forces here need a bit of a resty poo, we'll let him get that rest and push in next turn. I think that seems like the smartest thing to do. We'll get you moving even though you need a resupply. And we'll just start pushing in on the town here. And the Pioneer should be able to take it no problem. Which is good. So we can move those guys in to capture and get those guys to replace their losses. And then we're good to push south with those guys. Not that we really need to push south. There's nothing we need to take down there. But it's a possibility, which is good. I've really got my Panzer Corps in absolutely the wrong location. I don't think there's much of a risk of any Russian troops coming to capture that city, so we're good to push. And I think we're good to just keep pushing, really. Get ourselves up to Preluki here. Try and finish off that anti-aircraft gun. Oh, we came so close. Oh, perfect. And that would be even more perfecter if there wasn't fighter aircraft right next to that guy, so I could use Mastuka. But we're just going to replace losses there. I think that's the best bet. Don't necessarily want to grind those guys down yet, but we will replace your losses, and I think that's it. Have we got any losses to buy? We don't. That's good news for us. Things seem to be going incredibly well. And I don't know why. Just lucky today, I guess. We'll send this guy up, because he should be able to do some damage to artillery. And then I think this guy should be able to make it, and he should be able to do some damage to artillery. He can do a lot of damage to artillery. I likes it. Alright, well, we're going to keep pushing this direction, guys. No sense in going to Kiev. It's very well secure, and we can just get our artillery up. Really is going to be the goal. I don't think they'll be able to counterattack, so suck it, gentlemen. I might want any aircraft closer up, just because they still do have some aircraft. It would be good to have that. And then we just have really our diversionary strikes here. So you. And then that's about it. We're not going to do anything there. We could start the push, but I don't really think that that's going to be necessary right now. And that's going to be it. Next turn. Yeah, I could really use some sort of fighter aircraft up here. That Stuka is getting beat down. Come on, really? With boats? We might as well finish off the tank rush here. There we go. Job well done. We can get that anti-tank gun out the way. I hope. Come on, guys. There we go. We got them moving at least. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about it. Let's get our aircraft up here. And we can at least take down this fighter. I thought, maybe not. We will retreat the Stuka even further back. I don't want to lose it. And we'll get the machine gunners going. Come on, guys. We need to do better than that. That is what we need to do. Perfect. Perfect, gentlemen. We can get those guys moving. We can get our artillery up. Yay! Iron crosses! Always fun. It might be better to move him there, because then he'll get out into the free and open land, out of the swamps, much faster, which is definitely something we want to accomplish. Let's go like that and like that to finish that guy off. You guys need a resupply, but I guess you attacked, so you won't be getting a resupply. Yep. So we will move that artillery piece up, because now we can shoot. And we should probably start moving our anti-aircraft. That presents kind of a juicy target. Let's keep them below the tanks. And of course, by below, I mean to the south of. And can we actually get up and around like that? Beautiful. Okay. Well, we'll keep sending these guys down south. I think that is going to be a nice little push. We will, however, resupply the artillery because we're going to need them for this area. We'll replace our losses here as well, because that is a good thing to do. And just give these guys a turn. Well, maybe not, because we could use some help over here. And we'll probably leave the Pioneer for that and send the rest of the infantry this way, although we got definitely enough to finish off that little maneuver, we've got this city, so I guess this is the next one we've got to concern ourselves with. So let's get ourselves into a good strategic position. And you guys can replace your losses. Why not? More Germans to throw at the front. Alright, well, speaking of, let's start mowing down these conscripts while we can. And some regular infantry as well, because they're there. Taking a little bit of losses, but nothing we cannot handle. We'll continue with the shelling. And it is feeling very tempting. Ah, yes, nasty artillery. Seemed to be a pretty big waste of movement there. Let's scope the lay of the land out. I don't necessarily want to start throwing bodies at that town just yet, so we will wait for the next turn. Where did they get a big bomber from? Okay, well, thank you for the city, I appreciate it. And that easily takes care of the anti-aircraft gun, which is good. We will, of course, resupply that tank. We will, of course, capture the airfield. And now we can concentrate on throwing the proper units at the infantry that's surrounded itself in this area. Well, it hasn't really surrounded itself, but caused itself to be present in this area in higher numbers than I would appreciate. Go ahead, replace your losses, and you could do with some reinforcements as well. Turns out we don't actually need the artillery here. That's fine. I'm sure we can find uses for big guns at another time. We're pretty good there, so I think we can start positioning ourselves for the strike in Romney there. So let's go ahead and get ourselves set up and ready for that. Get on your trucks, lads. We're moving. We can shell this town. Yeah, we'll go that way. Ooh, these guys are putting up quite a fight. But that's okay. We'll show them who's boss. Just like that. Easily able to take the city. So we can replace losses and get everybody feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling ready for the next push. And that poor tank unit definitely took some losses. Now we can start getting this encirclement done even more effectively now. That's actually good. Yeah, because you can attack. And then we can use you to go take the airfield. And even launch an attack if we wanted to. We don't. So that's looking good. How are things going here? Let's find out what's in this town, shall we? We got some units. So we'll get ready to capture that next turn. Build up the renown we're earning. Because, hey, why not? Why not indeed? Alright, let's get the Panzers moving. You're going to need fuel at your next stop. And that should clear all of that out. We will continue with this assault. And let's... No, that's still not looking good. But we can wear him down. Or not. Well, we'll move you back then. I guess we could move him up, but that infantry unit is no longer suppressed, so I don't think that's going to be such a good idea. We might shift some tanks down to help out with the artillery down there. That would be the best idea, I think. Might as well get you guys going, and we'll just cross the river and make sure there's nothing hanging around down here. Although, really, the last objective we need to take is this town here. So, and we got 13 turns left to do it. How much for a decisive victory? We'll find out shortly. But we might as well take this town, too, and get the renown, right? Defense +1, I like that. You're going to need that. And that should be pretty much everybody. I have a feeling it's 9 turns, because that just seems to be the, you know, usual thing. With 9 turns remaining, yeah. Alright, well, I think we can end this mission pretty quickly. We've got plenty of infantry here. And that city is open. I'm going to remember to take it, but I want to try and get at least one more town under our control, because we're in a good position to do it, and it's just more points that we can spend in the next mission, which is going to be good. We're going to be getting tank upgrades, I think, relatively quickly here. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of important to do that. Come on, big roll. Yeah, oh, so close, so close. We can wipe them up, but we're not going to be able to take it. Alright, because that's not an objective. Nope, that's just a owned enemy unit. So there we go. I don't think the Russians will be able to mount any sort of counterattack, so that's it. Well, you guys tried, but you failed. Masterfully done, Herr General. With your quick encirclement of the Kiev pocket, entire Russian armies have been taken prisoner, with our most cautious estimates placing the number of captured soldiers at over 500,000 men. High Command believes there may still be time for Operation Typhoon, our drive on Moscow itself, and they have selected you to command this operation. Move quickly, Herr General. This opportunity must not be squandered.
This is it. The Russian capital, Moscow. The capture of this city, and with it, the leadership of the Soviet Communist Party, represents our best chance to end our campaign in the East with one swift stroke. While you were finishing off the Kiev pocket, the Soviets have had ample opportunity to reinforce their defenses. You should expect well-organized resistance from an entrenched enemy. In addition to Moscow, you will need to capture many other cities and the vital rail network for the Great Bear to fall, and for us to maintain control of this vast country through the winter months. Success can only be guaranteed by speed. Advance your forces quickly and with purpose, Herr General, lest they become stuck in the mud or frozen corpses in the snow.
Indeed. So let's see. Capture all objectives with at least 8 turns remaining. Marginal is capture all objectives. Now, with my experience, as I hope everyone has seen, just because we do the marginal victory doesn't mean it will actually be a victory. Remember London. We took London. The Wehrmacht has been marching through the streets of London, but that matters not, because technically we didn't beat Britain quick enough. So, we got, what do we got? A Panzer 3J, a 21 centimeter cannon, and the Bf 110F. I like this. Taking a look, 22 turns total. We can see this is a very big map. Very big. Lots of objectives to take. And we got to do it in 13 turns. I'm not hopeful. So, just FYI. We're going to be able to deploy 29 units. We've got 28, so we can, I think, get another one, which will be good. The first thing we need to do, though, is, of course, replace some losses. Yeah, we'll leave you guys there. We'll leave you... Well, no, we will pay for you. We'll leave you. We'll probably wind up paying for you guys. What else we got here? I will knock you down, apparently. I'll stand by that decision. We'll pay for you, though, because you guys are low in number. We will go ahead and upgrade you, and we'll upgrade... Oh, the 6th Panzer. They always get money spent on them. Money. Points. It's not spending money. That's close to 200, so yeah, we'll level them up. And then we got the Air Force, which is looking pretty groovy. What else do we need to do? We need to upgrade our Panzer IIIs. They're H's. If we move them to J's, they cost a bit more. They use a bit less fuel, but they're better against everything else. So we'll go ahead and upgrade those guys to Panzer III J's. And we got no new upgrades for the Panzer IV. We'll stick with the Panzer IVFs. That's looking good. And I don't think we can upgrade the Panzer I or the Panzerjäger 1B yet. I'm hoping we get some good tank destroyers soon. If there's one thing we're really lacking, it's anti-tank weaponry. So, you know, that's going to become an issue, as you can see. I mean, the T-26 isn't a concern, but I would imagine that there are going to be plenty of T-34s sitting around protecting Moscow. Let's take a look at our flanks here. What do we got? A 10.5 centimeter cannon and some infantry. That'll be enough to take that town. Oops, we don't need to zoom out like that. We got a Stug 3B. We got some more infantry kicking around up here. Then obviously this is where the main thrust of the force is going to go. And then on our southern flank, it looks like we've got slightly better armor down here. We got a couple of Panzer IVs. We've got a Panzer IIIJ. We've got a half-track anti-aircraft, which is good. We got another Panzerjäger and a couple of infantry. We've got... What else we got down here? Some more Panzer III, an H and a J. We got a 15 centimeter gun. Good, good. Oh, yes, before I forget. Before I forget, ladies and gentlemen... Is it worth it? Yeah, it's totally worth it. We're upgrading to the big guns. You cannot go wrong with a 21 centimeter cannon. 21, 21, 21. Beautiful. What else have we got? We don't have any more BF-110s, and I think that's okay. We're going to concentrate with, you know, our tactical bomber, our strategic bomber, and then our fighter squadrons. Should be fine there. So let's figure out, make sure everybody's got trucks except for our Fallschirmjägers. I don't even know if I'm going to want to deploy the Fallschirmjägers, if I'm honest. There are only 2 of them, and there's not really a good situation here to utilize the paratroopers. If we try and go deep, they'll likely get shot down by any aircraft or other aircraft. And there's just really not a good position to plop them if to take objectives. It's only 2 infantry, so I think we'll leave these guys out of the fight and throw something else together. We'll take a look at how our units are looking once we get them deployed. But really, well, I know what I want to do in the southern flank here. We've got a fairly good force, but we don't have anything to really take a city. So we'll put some pioneers down here. We got some artillery. So that should be enough. If we move, you know, these 3 guys and the cannon. Although moving that cannon is going to take time. It would probably be better to use one of our big guns there. And then where else? We're probably going to want one here. And then we're going to want one in the south as well. We'll try and divide up our tanks relatively evenly, but with 3 each of the types, that might be easier said than done. Well, we'll put a Panzer III there, and then we'll put a Panzer IV there. So we know we'll need to place a Panzer III here and a Panzer IV here. Maybe not there. Maybe there. Yeah, that looks good to me. And then if we... Let's see, I don't necessarily want to have them split across the river because I won't be able to join up until we take this place. So it's probably best taking a look... Yeah, well, with the river there... It's probably best to keep our tanks on this side of the river, if I'm honest. Just to provide a little more anti-tank capabilities. On the north, though, we will have our anti-tank gun there. Now, the question of the Air Force. We're definitely going to want our big bomber. And that means we're definitely going to need some fighter protection. We're definitely going to want our Stuka, and that means some fighter protection. And have we got any airfields up north? We don't. I'm going to want... Yeah, I think I will just deploy all of my Air Force. We'll have good protection for our bombers and also a hunter for anything that happens to come up along the way. Now it's just going to be a matter of getting some good infantry equally dispersed. We got a pioneer here for that city. And what else? Mountain troops. We got some hills up there. And that's really about it. So we will deploy them as far north as we can. Nope. You can go... Well, actually, we'll put you on the front there. And then we'll set you there. Gonna need to make sure both columns have a good machine gun. Like so. And like so. And so now we can deploy 3 more units. So what do we need? We've got anti-aircraft down here. Do I want 2 anti-aircraft units, though? 1 for each column? Or would I want... I wonder if it would be better to have another squadron of 109s down here. So we can have 1 bomber escort, 1 hunter each. I think that might be a good route to go. So let's go with a 109F purchase down here. And then... Man, Russian armor makes me nervous. So I'm tempted to just get 2 more Panzer IVs. Because I think I've got enough infantry to do this. Couple of Panzer IVs. Would that be a good thing? What else could we get? We could get some infantry. We could get some recon. I'm sure we don't need any more artillery. A couple of 88s would be nice. Because we could also use them as anti-tank guns too. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll put an 88 here. And an 88 here. And I think that should do us nicely. We got enough to take on this little tank unit and probably capture Oral relatively quickly, especially with these guys assisting once they capture Bryansk. The main thrust of the south will go up this road and take these 2 cities. The northern thrust will take these 2 cities, although taking this city, it looks like, might be tricky just considering my layout. Although we do have some troops we can pull from the north. Down. Would it be good to send a group around, I wonder? The terrain up here sucks, but if we could get a couple of infantry units up and around, maybe some Fallschirmjägers. No, We don't need paratroopers up in here. They got an airfield anyway. They probably get shot down. Well, if we come down and... Yeah, so if we take this grouping to take here, well, here and here, these guys can take this and then meet up here in Rzhev and keep going north. The main thrust of the northern group can come through up this way. This group shouldn't have an issue coming up that way either, and then there should be enough groups, or should be enough units in the south to come up through the south, take Tula, and then we can all just converge on Moscow, which is going to be a pain in the ass to take. I can feel it in my bones. But I think we're as prepared as we're going to be. I really don't see us doing this in 13 turns, but stranger things have happened. But I think this is going to be where we're going to leave the episode today. So, as always, guys, thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.